Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you my everyday makeup I use when I go to work. It is very simple, it is very elegant, very beautiful and soft at the same time. So let's get right into the video. Let's have a sip of coffee first. Okay, so let's start priming the face. I always prime my face with something glowy, something hydrating. Okay, so for that, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is one of my favorites. I always gravitate towards this one. Another good one that I use in the morning is the Rare Beauty Primer. This is an illuminating primer. I have dry skin, so I have to use a glowy primer because I like glowy face. I wear sunglasses, so let's cover those. And for this, you can use your hand. For this one is the only one I like to use my hand because I can really push it into the skin. But for the rest of the products, I like to use brushes. For brows, I've already done my brows off camera. I always start to do my brows first before I do anything else to my face. And I've used the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Deep Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. And I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the 7B brush with a spoolie at the other end. This is the best brush for your brows. I can tell the difference between this one and other ones I have in my collection. So for foundation, I'm still testing this one and I've already made up my mind. I'm loving it with everything that I've used in the past. The Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator in the shade 20 Fair. This is the best. I just love it so much, and it's just such a beautiful foundation or tinted moisturizer. And I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 101 brush. So I'm trying to leave the under eye area as much as I remember with no foundation so that I can use concealer and see if concealers last longer on my face without creasing. So I'm just gonna spread it, push it in with the brush. I like to push the foundation in with the brush, and right here at the end I like to drag it. For concealer today, which you can use any concealer, I'm gonna use my Pat McGrath Labs concealer, and this is in the shade L2. This is the Skin Fetish concealer, and just gonna add some in here and also prime the eyelids with it. I'm gonna use this concealer brush by Real Techniques and see how this one blends. This is the first time I'm using this for concealer. I usually like to use my sponge. Yeah, I like to use my sponge better. I find that it blends more smoothly and hydrating, but I do really love the Rare Beauty concealer brush. This makeup takes me so fast in the morning to do, about 10 to 15 minutes. Now let's use under eye powder. You guys already know I'm using this one right here. The Fetish under eye powder. Look how much I've used. You can see the dome is going down. Then I'm gonna set the eyelids as well. Now make sure you get rid of any creases underneath your eye again and quickly apply the powder. This looks really flawless and beautiful. Now let's move on to contour. So you guys know I bought the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer in the shade Amber. And I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta contour brush. This is the Contour 1 brush. I'm gonna apply it right on that bone, right there. And try not to pass this area here where your brow ends. You just want to blend it upwards, not downwards. You just want to add that shadow effect and slim the nose a bit. Okay, so let's move on to bronzer. This is the Glowish by Huda Beauty, and I got mine in the shade 02 Medium. This is a very soft radiance bronzing powder. I love this so much. I'm going to use a BK Beauty 106 brush. Let's try this. Let's try a smaller brush here. I usually go in with a bigger brush, and I like to use this brush for powders as well. I think this looks very nice. Let's bronze up the nose a bit here more. I hate that you can still see here where I wear sunglasses. So let's move on to blush. Now for blush, I'm going to use my Tower 28. This is the Magic Hour blush. Oh, this is so pretty. I love it. And for this, yeah, I'm gonna use a Co-Beauty brush, like this slanted brush, and apply it to the cheek. So start from your temple down. This is literally my everyday makeup, what I do before I go to work. I actually wake up earlier and give myself a little bit more time. But keep in mind, I still wear mask at work. So even though I wear mask, I still do all this. Now, sometimes I wear highlighter, sometimes I don't. But today I'm going to go with the Lilah highlighter. This is in the shade B Enchanting. I get this fluffy brush by Huda and just apply it to the cheek here. I usually do this before the blush so that the blush melts with the highlighter, but it's okay. So I'm going to use my sponge and blend it in with the blush. See, a little bit goes a long way, and the blush and everything else creates that nice highlight anyways. We're going to move on to eyes. So I'm going to zoom you guys in. So very, very simple. You need to use a nice brown transition shade. This is the type of shade I'm using. This is the Pat McGrath Statuesque Individual Eyeshadow. Any type of this type of brown shade would work for your transition. Any type. So I'm going to get a fluffy brush and I'm going to use my BK Beauty 202 brush and just put this in the crease and above a bit. This is such a beautiful shade and so easy to use because all you need is this. Very simple, very neutral look. So now you can go ahead and intensify a little bit if you need to. So you can do it as intense as you want. Now let's move on to the lid. So for the lid, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Champagne. And it looks like this. So it's very nice and creamy. For this, make sure your finger is clean. And I'm going to slowly pat it all over the eyelid. So I'm going to start in the middle, close to the lash line. And slowly pat it. And then I'm going to use a dry finger and spread it around. You see that the difference between this eye and this eye? So you can always add a tiny bit more. Again, in the middle, put the most, and then with a dry finger, you spread it around. That looks very beautiful, very soft. So do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so now we're gonna move to the fun part. And I bought this by Inglot. It's an eyeliner gel. This is what it looks like. It's like the darkest brown. They have lighter brown and they have black as well. So it's very moussey and very soft. So I'm gonna use a BK Beauty, a BK Beauty 208 brush, which is this tiny one, angled one. And I'm gonna dip in this. I'm gonna show you how it looks here. You see how easy it is to just touch? It's very, very moussey. So it's not like the Anastasia brow pomade one. It's more moussey. So let's see. I'm gonna create a small wing. Now I'm going to fill it in. You see, just like that. So I can always do it very good on my right eye, but not the left one. But I'm gonna try. So you wanna fill it in right there. And once it dries, it can stay like this. It doesn't transfer to the eyelid at all. I just love this. And then once it dries, it stays put. Like it stayed put the whole day. So let's do the other eye. It did work, kind of. Looks very nice. That's what we do for the top lash line. And here are the wings. Isn't this very simple and easy? So easy to use. This ink blot is so affordable. I'm going to link it down below so you guys can find it. And a very good brush does all the work. This is amazing. This BK Beauty 208 brush, the best I've ever used to create an eyeliner. And I never make a mistake with this one. Now let's move on to a smaller brush. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 204 brush, and I'm going to go back into that Pat McGrath Lab Statuesque shadow and add this on the bottom lash line. Add a little bit more of a darker brown to kind of connect to that, just for the outer corner. So for that, any dark brown would work. I'm gonna go into this is the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette, and use this dark brown and just add it in the outer corner. Let's see, maybe this is too reddish, but now obviously this takes me much faster when I don't have to talk. So I just kind of stopped in the middle with this darker shade. What do you guys think? I think it looks beautiful, so simple to do. So that's it for the eyes. We're just gonna apply mascara now. And I think for mascara, I'm gonna go with the Maybelline Sky High mascara. So I'm gonna do this off camera. Enjoy this intermission, and I will be right back with continuing the rest of the face. Okay, so I don't think it was recording, but for my powder, I have used my Rare Beauty translucent powder in the shade Light with a BK Beauty 104, and I have set my face with the Milk Hydro Makeup Setting Spray. This is a mini. I have set my face with that so that my makeup lasts all day. So that's all I did. And now moving on to lips. I'm using the Merit lipstick in the shade Slip. I love this shade so much. Such a nice nude color. And I'm pairing it with a Morphe lip liner in the shade Honeymoon. So this is very hydrating, very nude looking. So we're gonna use that. Let's line the lips up now. And let's go ahead and apply the lipstick. I have received 2 lipsticks from Merit, and the other one is in the shade Millennial. So I do have a video on reviewing these lipsticks and showing you all the shades I got. This is in the shade Slip. I think this look is perfect. Now, on a daily basis, to be truthful, I don't wear lipstick. I'm using lipstick for the sake of the video, but there's no point in putting lipstick because I'm going to be wearing a mask all day long. So sometimes when I put like a hydrator or a balm, or like the what is this one called? I like to use the Lip Glow Balm because this gives it kind of a nice tint, but it just moisturizes your lips so it doesn't transfer to the mask because I don't use much. But yeah, here's the final look. What do you guys think? This is my everyday makeup when I go to work. Now, sometimes I do this. So this is sometimes. I go into one of my Pat McGrath Motherships palette. I have them all here because I want to use them. I don't want to save them for any special occasion. I always want to use this ones. And which one is it that I like to use? Not the glittery one. Here. I like to go into this one. I'm going to show you. You see this nice green and the shift that it has? There you go. So I like to use my pinky. Watch this. So this is what I did the other day when I went to work. I'm going to grab some on my pinky like that. And I like to add this in the inner corner, just for something fun. You see that? And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Now, isn't that pretty? It's like a fairy dust you've added. So I like to do that. Another thing you can do for fun, you can spray a brush and just add in the middle of your lower lash line. I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, this was my makeup on a daily basis. So sometimes I add this in my inner corner, or sometimes I just go with the highlighter. And yes, I forgot to highlight the brow bone. So you can go into your regular highlighter and use highlighting brush. So I'm going to use the BK Beauty 205 brush, and you can end your look by adding a little bit there, just so you don't leave that bare. But it's, don't see it much, but it's there, you know. So yeah, this is the final look. This is my everyday makeup when I go to work, and sometimes I do this on the weekends, you know, when I don't want to do like a full eye glam type of look. I think this is elegant and it looks really nice throughout the day. You don't need many shades. You don't need to use any of this eyeshadows because they're more expensive. This works even with drugstore makeup. If you have any type of brown into your drugstore palettes, or even individual palettes like this, you don't need to spend a lot of money to create this look. But this I definitely recommend. I have used the L'Oreal gel liner, any of those. They're more clumpy, harder to work with. They're still beautiful, but this, I had it for all day long from morning till evening, and it has not smudged, it has not transferred, it has not disappeared or faded. It stayed the same as it is now all the way to the end of the day. So from like 6:30 in the morning all the way till 10 o'clock at night, it stayed exactly the same. So the Inglot, this is in the dark brown, the one before the black. I definitely recommend this one. So that's my newest product in my collection, and I'm very happy with how the look turned out. Let me know your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe. You mean so much to me. I wish you all a wonderful day, and always remember to be yourself, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.